Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading. I hope that you're doing well. We are in some interesting energy as I am reading this. We are getting ready to move into a new moon, a super new moon in Aquarius. Mercury will station direct after being in an extended retrograde period on Wednesday, the 18th. Following week, actually, I believe it's the day after the new moon, early next week, Uranus goes direct. And that means all planets are moving direct, forward motion. So we're going to have a lot of new energy and things moving again. So it's a beautiful time to really get all of your stuff together as far as, emotional, mental, physical, your wishes, your dreams, all of those things. Because new moons are designed to be new beginnings. All right, so this is a reading for sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Scorpio. These are general, so take what resonates for you. Check with your moon or rising sign if this isn't resonating for you. Or I highly suggest keeping it in the back of your head. It may start to make sense as all planets start moving forward. I typically read into our blind spots, the subconscious, the unconscious areas of our life that we're unaware of until they're activated, until we're aware of them. And I feel like as soon as Mercury starts moving and Mars starts moving, they're probably going to be moving around the same time. There's going to be a lot of aha moments, a lot of clarity, a lot of stuck energy moving again. So we're going to start off with an astrology card to see what energy is driving this reading for you. And we have a conjunction. Funny, Libra just got this as well. A union, merging and coming together, which is what Pluto and the Sun are doing this entire week, which is very empowering. Pluto is the planet of transformation, and the Sun is a very active and powerful energy as well, geared towards the self. Let's see what comes through for you. I know for myself personally, last night into this morning, a lot of the things I was guided into was back to all of the areas in my life, starting in childhood, that had caused me pain or trauma in certain areas of my life. And I left a part of myself there in those areas. So I went back to retrieve my parts. And honestly, I went through the phases of feeling like a kid again. And really, it was very enlightening and enlivening. I highly suggest doing it. Go back to the crime scene, each and every one. What is it that you wish you were doing that there's a part of you that says, I can't? Well, that's because you left that part of you somewhere in your childhood, most likely. But not always. Some of them were in my teens and early adult, through life. But I understood how each phase of the journey was sort of a repeating cycle for me to retrieve the initial parts of myself that I had left in childhood. Anyway, really deep. Scorpio, so we have peace. First card out. That's beautiful. And that's where I'm at. I'm at a place where I find inner peace, in harmony within myself, in my life. The other thing that Pluto and the Sun are doing is bringing deep acceptance, deep truths, deep acceptance, and a lot of letting go. We have security. What else do we have for Scorpio? And you'd be surprised at some of the things that we hold on to subconsciously that we aren't fully aware of until you really dig into, like, why isn't this working for me? Or why can't I seem to attract or manifest, you know, a certain someone or certain something or opportunity into my life? Why do I feel this way? You know, just ask these questions and allow yourself to go inward, deep inward, and all the way back. What happened to you? What made you stop singing your song? Figuratively or literally. We're all born with our own unique song in our heart. You know, and as children, innocent children, we just express that. But then something comes and happens and shuts that down. So you leave that part there, or at least a piece of it. So the moral of the story, Scorpio, is to find all the notes in your song. Don't die with your song still in you. That's a saying from somebody I forget too. But truly, if your life is a song or a symphony, but the notes just aren't playing right, it's because there's certain pieces that need to come back together again. We have accomplishment. Okay. And creativity at the bottom. What I'm getting here, Scorpio, is you are coming into union with yourself, wholeness. Maybe that's why that whole story needed to be told about retrieving our parts, going back to the crime scene. Let's see. Let's dive in there and see if Scorpio is singing this Scorpio song, which would be unique to you. Each and every one of us has our own uniqueness, our own unique energy, beauty. We give a lot of it away. We hide a lot of it. We suppress and repress a lot of it. It's so much easier to talk in this analogy. I've been doing a lot of channeling today. But that does seem to really fit. All right, let's start with peace. Okay. We have emotional withdrawal. Spoken like a true Scorpio, you know, when searching for your own inner peace, yeah, we withdraw. We go inward. We withdraw from engaging in life or just with others. He's sitting at the edge of the water, with his hands in prayer, and really emotionally withdrawing from a situation that may have been hurtful or volatile or just frustrating, and letting that go. Especially if it has nothing to do with you, or if you've already retrieved all the answers you needed as far as your part in it. If another person's involved, and even if it's something in the past, it's like, okay, I can let that go. I understand the wisdom, the lesson that I retrieved from that I got out of that. Instead of holding grudges or being spiteful with others, it's like, thank you. Thank you for showing me that I was still holding this energy in me of, not feeling confident in myself. This is a self-mastery, self-awareness, self-understanding. Let's talk about security for Scorpio. Oh, yeah. Again, as far as your security, something happened, and this is something about soul retrieval, retrieving this part within you, Scorpio, where maybe you grew up in a household where something happened, or, well, first of all, if you grew up with parents who were always worried about money, even if like you always had what you needed and there was never like extreme poverty, or if you had extreme poverty, that's sort of a wound within you that's passed down from the parents, probably generation to generation. You may have even been able to grow out of that and, you know, gain your own sense of maybe financial security to a point, but then, and this is just an example, and then something happened and suddenly you've got to rebuild all over again. What's going on here is that internally there's a part of you, another part that needs to be retrieved. Suffering in silence, because financial security is linked to feeling safe and secure just in general. As a child, you may have been neglected, abandoned, just not feeling heard or safe or seen, and your sense of security internally had been compromised. However, you, being the Scorpio that you are, put on a brave face and keep going. And you really tell yourself, like, I got this. This is no problem. You know, whatever happens, happens. I'm strong. All of those, and that's beautiful. But still internally, Scorpio, there's something within you that's not trusting that. It's just like, I don't feel safe. I don't feel like, no matter what I do, it just doesn't seem like it's going to stick or stay. That's an internal childhood trauma. That's a part of you that you want to either let go of that story, but even deeper, really try to retrieve back that part of you that felt not safe, not secure. Because this ties in with job security, financial security, emotional security within relationships, physical security for some. You know, it really, these are subconscious fears within the suffering in silence. So again, I may be triggering something in some of you to be like, oh yeah, like there's such a strong egoic protector within you that always keeps going, and you make things happen, but it's exhausting because you always have this underlying fear of like not feeling totally secure, not feeling secure in relationships. This means you're not feeling secure within yourself. Basically, insecurity. Okay, let's keep going. And we all have a touch of insecurity in certain areas of our life. All right, beautiful. Aha. So in the past, what you had accomplished in life, what you had perceived as accomplishments, or things that, you know, had built up a sense of security, could be, you know, home, job, career, bank accounts, those kinds of things. But even deeper, you had, for the most part, felt like you had built up your own sense of inner security until, boom, something happens and either you lose your job or you, and then you can't afford your mortgage or your rent, and you lose your house, your car, and all that. Financial and material changes. Get a divorce, all of those things. And suddenly you feel like you've accomplished nothing. You may have been carrying that around with you for a bit as well. However, overall, as far as creativity goes, it seems like that's still growing really strong within you. There's just some insecurities and a sense of not accomplishing anything. With Scorpio, that's just a story in your mind that you want to let go of as well. If you're still alive and you made it today on this planet, you have accomplished a lot, okay? So, victory and success, truth under that, harmony, under that. We have authority before that. But one thing that you have that not everybody has is you can get torn down, broke down, cracked open, stripped away, and you're still going to have that inner creative element, that passion, that scorpionic passion, the emotions and the imagination to create. And so that keeps going. You're very successful in that, whether you see that or not. That is your into creating more for yourself. I feel like you're playing it really small because of this inner insecurity, or not feeling like I can't do it alone, or all of those things. Those are deeper. Go deeper. Why? Who inside of you is telling you that? All right, let's keep going. Whew, these readings are getting deep today. I don't know what do we got going on as far as, there's, well, not on that calendar anyway. There's no major planet shifts today. I'm just tapping in really good. I had, I go through the ebb and flow of energy very intensely. The last couple days, it's like one day I'm on and I have all this energy, and the next day it's like I'm really sluggish, have a hard time like dragging. But this morning was one of those days where I just woke up, did yoga, I went out on a hike. I did a lot, and it's still early in the day. I feel good today. Complete opposite from yesterday. That's how the energy's been working with me. Not that I felt bad yesterday, I just didn't feel like I do today. All right, let's go back to peace for Scorpio. All right. You are at peace with yourself. You are at peace with your roots. This could also be like within your family dynamic, your home. You're definitely peaceful at home, for sure. And home is where the heart is anyway. But there's a nice balance there. And it is because you've withdrawn from bullshit, really, in the outside world, or what maybe had been trying to pull you in and did, and taught you some lessons. And now you're like, okay, enough. I get it, universe. Thank you. And maybe you thought like whoever that was that you were engaging with was going to, collaborate with you or bring you more of a sense of security. Kind of holding that in. Okay. You're the Hanged Man, Prince of Pentacles, and Prince of Cups. Okay. So, as you do go in and out of the Hangman energy, this is kind of like just either, it's not like the Hermit. The Hermit's like where you want to withdraw and go inwards. The Hangman is like, universe is not letting any action going on in your world, and you don't have a choice but to maybe look at something from a new perspective, sit back. But this is an enlightenment. You're having some enlightening experiences right now, which is bringing more of a sense of stability within yourself in the material world. Maybe the money isn't quite coming in yet, but the foundation is already laid down, and there's promise, there's like tangible evidence of it coming. Prince of Cups. And Prince of Cups has a Scorpio on it. That's an interesting card. So this is a deep awareness emotionally of yourself, of what's to come. It's like you already like pick up on your spidey senses that something is just on the horizon for you. Something that you've been desiring like deeply, but not out of thinking that it's going to bring you to happiness. You're already at a place of peace, inner peace. There's also the serpent going up the staff, which is also the symbol of medicine. So I feel like Scorpio, you could also be a source of emotional healing for others, because you've gone so deep within yourself. You're at that inner peace where you're not going to be swayed one way or the other by other people's pendulum swings. You're kind of just like, I see you, I see where you're going. So you're really calm, you're really peaceful, and you're the one that possesses, you hold that medicine. It's within your emotions. And that's your magic. That's what is keeping you feeling secure. Beautiful. He also looks mysterious, like, I know something. I know something deep. Yeah. The more I look at this card, the more I see in it. All right, let's keep going. So in the past, what you had thought was considered an accomplishment was more like, I feel like this is also a deep realization. It's more like now superficiality and keeping up with the Joneses, and not that you, and you didn't expect that you were there, but we all kind of like at least dip our toes in that arena at some point in life. Yeah. We have the Emperor at the bottom. Okay. Four of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. This is where your perspective is changing. You're still kind of working through in the thinking mind, and this is a hard part to do, because you can't really base it off of what other people are doing in the outside world. This is just you and the universe, and you do know that. What feels like a loss is actually a great gain. I don't know if you're quite there yet. You're still kind of contemplating that over. There's a trust factor here. Definitely a trust factor here. So work on that suffering in silence, whatever you're keeping to yourself, and maybe you're even hiding from yourself as far as your accomplishments in life, which is honestly, as I was telling Libra in the Libra reading, is your legacy, right? What life is all about. When you're no longer on this planet, what message do you want to leave behind? How do you want to be remembered? Certainly it's not for what you had thought was an accomplishment in the past, but more of like, what message or what can I accomplish for the younger generations that are to come on this planet, emotionally, about peace and love, about how you're perceiving the world today, which is more and more going into the technology age. We see a lot of people really falling unconscious and just not feeling, although the planets are working to turn the feelings on in a lot of people, and they're just like, wait, what's this? They've been so numbed down by electronic devices, medications, and other things. So anyway, you're not in that arena anymore. You don't belong there. So it's not a loss. It's actually a gain. So you want to change that perspective as well, the Hangman. And your mindset is changing. Your mindset is changing. As far as creativity, again, you know, you are the star of your show. You're you're in control there. Now, whether you're aware of it or not, we have the moon below that, and then the Tower. Okay, so be mindful, and Queen of Cups below that. Be mindful of the emotional frequency that you emit out. Don't hold things in. Do your investigating. Why is that there? How can I bring it to peace within me? Because even if you're not saying anything, your energy, like attracts like, and your creativity is linked to your emotions, your emotional body. Try not to be so dogmatic with that. Most of that is held in the subconscious, in the blind spots that I'm reading on now for some of you. And that's Pisces energy. I feel like there's been some, or there will be some big realizations coming that are going to show you like how powerful of a creator you really are. You just haven't been able to see it yet because it's been hidden. It's coming to light. It's coming to light. So be mindful of what thoughts that you, thoughts, they come and go. We don't have much control over that. That's different frequencies too, and different things we are exposed to and expose ourselves to. But what we can do, what we do have control and power over, is the narrative and the story. What thoughts are we going to grab and be like, ooh, yeah, and then go with that story? That's us. We don't have to allow any of them. We can let them pass through, and then they just keep going. That's mastery. That most people, not everybody knows how to do that. Not a lot of people know how to do that, but a lot of the ascended masters do. And also in these mystery schools and things like that, that's definitely a big part of it. There is a one mind universal stream that we're all connected to collectively. So whatever thoughts and energy and emotions you put out there, you're putting that out there too. Make sure that it's good and peaceful and loving. This includes opinions, judgments on others, because it comes back to us as well. We have the cosmic mirror reflecting back to us what we're putting out there. Okay, anyway. Tell me about peace for Scorpio. Yeah. You've had some very heavy energy with you. Maybe for your lifetime, but off and on. Latched onto you. It's been a real burden. It's some kind of story in your mind about maybe your responsibilities or how you're supposed to be. It's all the shoulds, right? The should, I should do this, I should be doing that. But then when you end up doing it, it's like, I just took on way too much. Whatever that is. It doesn't have to be work related, but it has to do with something that you've been learning. I know, like from my own experience, I've allowed people into my life that I knew were not fully in alignment with me, but there were parts of them, and of course I have love for them, but when they continue to latch on, like needing energy vampires too, needing me, needing my emotions, needing my energy, it becomes extremely draining. And then my heart's involved, and so it becomes a really difficult thing to let go of. But eventually we do have to, for our own inner peace. Not to say like, get out of my life, I don't want you around anymore, but like be very straightforward with people in a kind, loving way. We have to look out for ourselves. You don't need to be so burdened by whatever you take on. Whatever you take on should feel good. If you take on something that feels like a burden, then that is definitely a lesson for you. All right, beautiful. So as far as security goes, you are working towards taming that part of yourself. You're aware of it, or you will be aware of it. Taming that beast within that just like is like, ah, oh, can't take it anymore. My glasses are broken. There's also a snake here that is telling me there's some transformation going on. And the dragon, look at that. So the dragon in astrology, in Vedic astrology, you have the head of the dragon and the tail of the dragon. The head of the dragon, the north node, tail of the dragon, the south node, or Rahu Ketu. And I also see the infinity symbol. So you've got cosmic energies. You have assistance with you, working with you to tame this part of yourself that just doesn't feel quite secure in certain aspects of your life that may disrupt your peace from time to time. The funny thing about my glasses, I have a lot of glasses, and I went to the eye doctor and got 2 pair of glasses. These seem to be the only glasses that I can wear while reading cards, and they have broken so many times. I don't give up. Eventually I will get a new pair. But I've been trying to get new pairs, and none of the new pairs I get give me the vision that these do. It's been strange. Anyway, I don't know why I have to explain myself. Maybe I'm insecure about that. All right. We have Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. 5 of Cups under accomplishment. So yeah, there's also sadness linked to this sense of accomplishing something in life. Something was taken away, and it took away your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And this was linked to either how you go about accomplishing something or what you've accomplished so far in life. But again, that mentality is now old paradigm. So you were working through feeling safe and secure in the new paradigm, where it is sort of like the unknown every day. So try not to be so sad. Not all is lost. Actually, what has gone has meant to go. And if it's meant to be with you, it will come back. So I feel like there's a sense of loss. Maybe you had either you had something going and it's gone, or you had this brilliant idea and it was just starting to get in the works, and then, others either went away or something didn't work out. And that may be a repetitive cycle for you over and over again, where you achieve and accomplish and whatever, get to a certain place in life, and then it just comes apart, and then you do it again. It's like that karmic wheel that keeps going. Remember your creative element, your imagination, your fascination with life, your emotions linked to all of that. There's new opportunities on the horizon for you. They are coming, Scorpio. Also, new insights, new ideas, new clarity. And it is all the sunshine. It is all good. It's all going to feel good. It is all for good. So things are going to come together this time, Scorpio. They're not, it's not going to be like before. Things are going to come back together for you, and you have this newfound wisdom. You don't want to end up being burdened anymore. You want to tame these parts in you that tell you not trusting. And I'm hearing not trusting, you're not trusting, you're not trusting. I don't know why trust didn't come out, but not trusting. And still some underlying sadness linked to maybe just feeling like you're not accomplished. There's something that you set forth to accomplish, and it's just not getting off the ground. So let's get one last message for you, Scorpio, to wrap this up. And I will ask, if you don't mind, if you like this video, Scorpio, please click the like button. If you are not subscribed and feel compelled to, please subscribe. And I want to thank all of the subscribers, new and from October. I just started this channel mid-October after I had gotten over being very sick for 2 weeks. The guides came in and said, why don't you give this YouTube a try one more time? So I had tried a couple times and it just wasn't, I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't doing anything. And so just like at the end of this October, the guides were like, why don't you try it again? And I did, and all of a sudden it started to take off and grow. And so I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful and appreciative, and it's fun. I love it. Anyway, don't know why I had to go into all that. You know, don't give up on your dreams, Scorpio. Don't give up on your dreams. Last message for Scorpio. A time to give rather than take. That's a very interesting card to get. I feel like you've gained so much wisdom and insight here. There are going to be others coming to merge with you. These new opportunities that you have to share your wisdom, share your medicine of what you've gone through. Your medicine is the understanding of, you know, how it's all interconnected and linked. Get one more on that. And it actually feels good to give when when you're guided to, and it's something that you can give without giving yourself away. Like when I read tarot, I actually connect to the guides, and you know, after a while I do have to take breaks, but it's fulfilling because I get comments and response, and I know that I'm reaching other people, and it's a win-win. So if you have something that you can give that won't deplete you of your own energy, this is a good time to give rather than take, because you will reap what you have sown tenfold from this new moon. This is new moon in Virgo, but we have a new moon in Aquarius coming. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah, you will soon see. You will soon see. We have some moon energy where we're kind of still doing some deep dives or inner work, or just coming to peace and coming to terms with things, accepting things and letting things go. And now, you know, whatever wisdom, whatever medicine that you've accumulated from your hardships in life, there may be others that will be coming into your life that are currently in a sticky situation that you had been in. And so keeping your heart open and having compassion for people, even your energy is just helpful. It's a ripple effect without even speaking or doing anything. Giving good energy back, to the collective. But also, if you come across a situation like that, it's meant to, because really you can, for me, I'm like, oh, I had a similar experience, or I have been there. I understand. That understanding part first is like everything to somebody that's in deep like confusion and suffering and feeling so alone. So like when just even having that understanding is a beautiful thing. And then, you know, everybody's journey is different. I don't like to tell people what to do, but I do say what I've done and what has worked for me. And that's all we do. But that's definitely giving back. So that is your message for this week, Scorpio. I don't know why I went so long, but sending you out so much love. Take care. Bye.